Hello everyone, it is Saturday, April the 14th, just past noon. This is my second hike of the day. Earlier I did a quick hike up to Green Knob because the fire tower was open and accessible thanks to the NC High Peaks Association. And from there I drove about 50 minutes northeast on the Blue Ridge Parkway to hike to Little Table Rock Mountain. This is not to be confused with Little Table Rock or Table Rock Mountain in Linville Gorge. This is actually about 5 or 6 miles west of Linville Gorge across the North Fork Catawba River Valley, and it lies on the Eastern Continental Divide just above the parkway. The summit is just above 4,080 feet and is supposed to have good northwest views and maybe some southeast views from some rock outcrops. It's actually on the border of 3 counties, but I don't believe it is a county high point for any of them. I've already been on the trail about 15 minutes or so, gone over half a mile, and I think I have less than a mile and a half to the top. So I'll check back in when I get a little bit closer. I left the forest road about 20 minutes ago, and I'm currently on a Blue Blaze hiking trail that climbs pretty steeply up the mountain, eventually meeting the ridge line where I think an ATV path leads to the summit. The first section of this trail was narrow and kind of hard to follow, but now I'm following a very rough forest road grade. I'm guessing most of my viewers, you guys, and probably a lot of North Carolina hikers have never heard of this Little Table Rock Mountain. It is located in the 544-acre Little Table Rock tract of the Pisgah game land. There are many parcels of Pisgah game land throughout the mountains here. Some are operated by the U.S. Forest Service. This one and nearby Roses Creek tract are operated by the state. This is one of a few standback trails that was donated to the state or conservancy group in 2004. If you're a reader of any sort of mountain conservancy type news, you're probably familiar with Fred and Alice Standback. They've donated a lot of land throughout the mountains to various conservancies and also the state. Years ago, I hiked to Saddle Mountain in the Mitchell River Game Land, which is another standback trail that's just south of Cumberland Knob Recreation Area on the Blue Ridge Parkway. That was very disappointing. There were no views, and the trail was completely overgrown with tall weeds and thorns. This one's in much better condition, and there's supposed to be a nice payoff at the end. I've been trying to get off of the beaten path in the last year, hiking to a lot of different peaks throughout the state. It's fun because I rarely see people when I do this, usually alone. And it's a big change up from the crowds you'll see at the various state parks, national parks, Blue Ridge Parkway, etc. Looks like I'm almost at the ridge line, so I'll see you at the summit. Nice big sign at the Ridgeline Junction. 0.7 miles to go. That final 200-yard climb up to the summit was pretty steep. I'm currently at the northern view from a small rock outcrop. I thought it'd be a little bit more expansive, but this is what I get. I'm looking northwest into the North Toe River Valley of Mitchell County. This is just outside of Spruce Pine, North Carolina, which is known for its minerals, gems, and mining community. So these giant white scars you see all around are quartz, mica, and kaolin mines. Kaolin is used to make porcelain and other similar type products. And I think actually down here, that's a state prison. I don't really mind it. You don't really see these giant mines all across the state. It's kind of concentrated in this valley right here. Across the valley from me are the Unaka Mountains. I think on the left, this is either High Knob or Big Bald. And something in the distance there is Little Yellow Mountain. The bigger peaks along the background are the Roan Highlands. I believe the biggest peak dead center is Grassy Ridge Bald. And then you go towards the right, that is Big Yellow Mountain, and the bigger peak with more balds in the background is Hump Mountain, and that's where I hiked last weekend. In the distance here, this pointy peak with a massive tower, I'm pretty sure is Grandmother Mountain. It's also a pretty cool view of the small airstrip of the Mitchell County Airport. This is a pretty high elevation airport. It's used by small planes, and because of its surroundings, there are quite a few hidden air crashes in these peaks. Anyways, I'm gonna go see if there's any other views from the top before turning around. The northern viewpoint is just down there on that side trail. I walked a little west on the Forest Road track, which continues down the mountain, and I didn't see anything promising, and then I saw the red game land boundary. So I turned around. I think I'm done exploring the top of this. It is a small, airy summit. I really like these. They're all spread across the state where they're not really rocky or bald enough to have views, but in the winter they can look pretty nice and the leaves haven't grown in yet. It's unfortunate because if there was a view in the southeast direction, Table Rock and Hawksbill are directly through those trees. It would have been a really cool, unique perspective. Anyways, I'm gonna head back east down the mountain in this direction. I'm finished with the hike around 2 o'clock. It took me around 2 hours, so definitely around 4.2 miles round trip. If I didn't keep messing up my video segments, I probably could have finished that in about an hour and a half, an hour 40. Overall, pretty unremarkable. The views were kind of a letdown, but you know, it wasn't too difficult or irritating on the trail, so I didn't mind it, and it was a good workout. And a lot of fellow North Carolina hikers on Facebook, at least the frequent hardcore bushwhackers, they tend to go for the waterfalls these days. And I like to do something different and see some of the peaks that hardly anyone knows about. Sometimes these game land trails are hit or miss. The Pond Mountain Game Land a couple months ago was amazing. This was okay, a lot better than the Mitchell River Game Land up north. But regardless of whether this is a really boring video or not, I like to have a video record for all of my hiking upward posts nowadays. So it's going to go up on YouTube whether you like it or not. Combined with the Green Mountain or the Green Knob Trail earlier, this was a short, relaxing 5.5 mile day. Now I'm going to grab some beer at Fonta Flora and go hang out with my friends in Greensboro. So maybe next week I'll make up for it by doing a big, spectacular 8-hour day hike. Until next time, see you guys later.